Motors pregame show. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. And Mackey Motors of Lake City, of course, they're a recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award now for 15 years running. So find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City or check them out online at MackeyMotors.com. It is the first night of our volleyball broadcast for the season for you coming up here tonight. Jeff Blankman over in Glidden here this evening as the Wildcats entertaining Collins Maxwell here tonight, the Spartans. And again, this is week number 2 of the high school season, but we did not have any broadcast last week. Nobody played at home last week, so we kind of wanted to start with a home match. We'll have 2 more matches coming up for you tomorrow night here on KKRL. Coon Rapids Bayard hosting a triangular, and it's all 3 local schools with IKM Manning and also East Sac County going to be down there, and we'll bring you the first and the second game of that triangular tomorrow evening. Jeff Hunold going to help me with the broadcast. But the season opener for both of these teams here tonight, for both Glidden-Ralston and Collins Maxwell, they do know each other fairly well. They met up last year as part of a triangular here, and it was Glidden-Ralston picking up a couple of easy victories. They won 25-9 and at 25-9. The Wildcats got off to that great start last year and then went on to a 24-6 season, winning the Rolling Valley Conference, going at 10-1, and they look poised to have another outstanding year coming up this year. They graduated some great seniors from last year. Vanessa Kaler, Paige Clucky, just to name a couple of those. But this is a team that has got some really tremendous talent, led by probably their setter, Addie Bell. She was an all-conference performer a year ago. They've got some really good swingers and hitters up front as well. Elizabeth Lloyd. You also have, of course, Cassie DeWink this year. And then Lauren Holzing, probably that top returner swinger from last year. But they're on moving Ashlyn Tigges last year and the year before. Her 2 years with varsity pretty much played in the back row. But this year moving her to an outside hitter as well. And then, of course, you've got Elizabeth Lloyd as well, a part of that. The outstanding play of Tyler Jansen, their libero in the back row as well. So I think this team poised to have a really good year. I know they're expecting some big things out of Cassidy Wink as well. For Collins Maxwell, low numbers this year for head coach Caitlin Schumacher and Amanda Vereen. They come in, off of a 5-30 year last year, went 2-5 in the South Division of the Iowa Star Conference. They return pretty much 3 girls with experience from last year's team. I would say led by their setter from a year ago, Haley Merriman. And I was watching her set here a little bit ago as they were running through their drills, and she certainly does look like she has, a pretty nice touch on that set. She was able to get the ball all the way out to the pin on the outside, did a nice job of setting that right side as well. The question for them is going to be kind of who's going to step in and be those girls to swing for them this year. They'll hope to find some of that answer coming up here tonight. We'll step away, take a break. We're going to come back in 2.5 minutes with more of the Mackey Motors pregame. That's coming up next for you here on 93.7 KKRL.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Classes as a freshman here, it gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college. Is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here, and there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
This is Iowa. and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Here is running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City, or check them out online at MackeyMotors.com. We are coming to you live, of course, from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Jeff Blankman with here. Casey Miners back in the studio, and he is monitoring things here tonight. Got Megan Berger over here to my right, and she, of course, is running our video production. You can watch and listen to this one here tonight by going to YouTube and searching CB Sports Network, and she'll be operating and running that broadcast. We thank her very much for helping out with that as well. We're moments away from getting our starting lineups here tonight. About 15 seconds left on the warm-up clock for the Wildcats as they're practicing their serves, and we've been ducking volleyballs up here and trying not to get hit by anything. Like we're going to have, I'm going to call them by their maiden name, the Ball sisters, Madison and Peyton. I know they're both married now, and I can't remember what the married last name of both of them is, but I covered them in high school. But they were, Madison Ball and Peyton Ball, and they're going to be line judging here tonight. Bill Nelson will be our down official. Joy Gross is going to be the up official here tonight for this matchup. Let's take a look at our potential starting lineups for Collins Maxwell here tonight for the Spartans. They're going to start a sophomore in Haley Merriman. They'll start a senior in Kiera Ruiz Genovese. They'll start a senior in Vivian Kaler, a sophomore in Jaden Lau, a freshman in Zaya Reyes, and a freshman as well in Ava Pascalera. So that is projected. Coach told me that that was her lineup at that moment, but it could change by the time we get started here this evening. For Glidden-Ralston, they are going to be starting a senior in Summer Toms, a sophomore in Cassidy Wink, a junior in Lauren Hulsing, a junior in Ashlyn Tigges, a senior in Addie Bell, and then a senior as well in Tyler Jansen. Caitlin Malcolm will see a lot of time tonight. She is, of course, a DS, and then Elizabeth Lloyd also, and Bradley Bach could see some time as well for the Wildcats here tonight. We'll step away, take a break. We'll come back with first serve of tonight's game between the Collins Maxwell Spartans and the Glidden-Ralston Wildcats. Thanks for listening to our Mackey Motors pregame show. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Back in 3 minutes with volleyball coverage here on KKRL.
What's the fastest way to get local?
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries
As we come to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, perform, and recover. Getting ready for volleyball action here tonight. Season opener for the Glidden-Ralston Wildcats. And again, under head coach Krista Munt, coming off an outstanding year last year, going 24-6 on the year. I do know that Kemper swept their matches earlier tonight as they won against both Boone and also Greene County over at Boone tonight, beating Boone 25-21 and 25-13, knocked off Greene County 25-18 and at 25-22. So some nice wins for them last night. Tyler Jansen set to serve things away. Wildcats on the far side. We're on the stage, so they're on the far side of the floor. The Spartans are going to be right here in front of us. Again, they'll play to 25. Dre Gross getting the shake, and we are ready to go here. She'll give the certain sign, and Tyler Jansen back. And the first serve on the way is going to be playing by Hyde. They'll work it over to Genovese, and now free balled across that time by Kaler. Toms over to Bell, left side Ashlyn Tigges, and Tigges will pick up the first kill here tonight. Toms will get the assist to Tigges with the kill, the junior. All rewind performer a year ago and had a really good softball season as well. Jansen again back to serve, and that's going to be taken in the middle that time by Reyes. Now free ball it quickly across by Genovese, and that one is going to drop in. 4 touches going to be the call. So right now Collins Maxwell struggling out of the serve receive to get the ball up to the setter in good shape. Serve on the way, taken out of the back by Kinshaw. Over now from Genovese to the left side. Free ball over by Kaler. That's going to drop in front of Malcolm. And the point on the board will put Collins Maxwell on the board. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Kaler will head back to the service line. Kaler last year served at about a 92% clip for Collins Maxwell. Her serve on the way deep, and that is going to sail long. And the Wildcats will extend the lead here to 3-1. That'll put Addie Bell back at the service line. Kaler, Lau, and Reyes back deep for Collins Maxwell. It'll come to Lau. Over now to Kaler. She'll free ball it over, and that's going to drop in. Bell tried to get to that one, but it dropped into the donut. I don't know if Glidden-Ralston anticipated that ball coming over the net and just didn't quite get there in time, and it dropped into the donut. And now we're going to get a substitution. As checking out is going to be Reyes. And checking into the ball game will be Hyde for Collins Maxwell. As Kiara Ruiz Genovese will head back to serve. 3-2 our score. Low serve into the net. Second straight service error for the Spartans. Wildcats will get it up here by a score of 4-2. Ashlyn Tigas, a good server the last 2 years for the Wildcats, heads back to the service line. Coach Gross, I still call her Coach Gross. She's, of course, softball coach down at IKEA Manning for a long time. Points over towards the scorer's table. I think they're trying to make sure that everything is correct that's out onto the floor. So let's see here. They're trying to get the lineup correct out on the floor right now for Collins Maxwell. It looks like they've got it figured out. We're ready to go. Tigas is serve, going to be played by Kaler back middle. That'll be an overpass. Played up into the air by Bach over to the right side from Bell to Toms, and that'll drop in for Summer. Toms didn't hit it well, but sometimes those ones you just get off of the fingertip are the ones that end up giving you the kill, and that's what happened. It flowed right over the block off of that left side and dropped in for the kill. And now Collins Maxwell making another substitution here. Haley Merriman going to check in, and she will check into the lineup now for Lau. Tigas will head back to serve. 5-2. Wildcats with the lead. Serve on the way. Played up by Kaler. Gets up towards the rafters. Bumped up into the air that time by Genovese, and then free balled over by Kaler. Tigas to Bell. Right side to Toms. Dug in the middle. Out of the back by Kaler. Bumped up straight in the air and then tipped across that time by Merriman. Bell with the dig. Free balled over up by Bach. Back up into the air by Merriman. Into the middle. Knocked across by Pascarella. Bell over to the left side to Bach. Off the top of the net. And that'll drop in for Briley. So Briley Bach will pick up the kill. The senior gets her first. Bell now with 3 assists on the night. And the Wildcats have taken a 6-2 lead here early on. Serve on the way again by Tigas. Played up into the air by Genovese. Merriman now into the back row to Kaler. That attack into the net. And the lead is extended now to 7-2 for the Wildcats. Tigas again heading back to serve. She'll come back left this time. That's going to be played up into the air by Hyde. Merriman over to the left side, and the attack right into the net. Kinshaw left early, folks. So if you know volleyball a little bit, what happened was she left early. Then she jumped early, and she was almost landed again by the time she hit the ball. So she was not able to hit down on it. She was actually hitting up into it and didn't have any power into it. Merriman tries to free ball that one over, and it's going to drop on the line. So a good play that time by Merriman for the Spartans. Had to track one down and ended up free balling it across, and it dropped right on the line over on the right side of that Wildcat defense. The Spartans on the board down here 8-3. Pascarilla with the serve, and we're going to get a rotation violation going to go against Collins Maxwell. Wildcats will extend the lead here to 9-3. Again, last year this was a triangular. Greene County was here as well, and Glidden won the 2 sets that they played against Collins Maxwell, 25-9 and 25-9. Both teams, of course, new teams this year. Merriman, one of the captains for Collins Maxwell, talking right now with Joy Gross, trying to figure out the rotation violation. Collins Maxwell having a little trouble. It's that first match of the year, so sometimes you're going to have those things. Again, told you about the video broadcast. Again, we got Miss Berger over here, and she is filming for us here tonight. And our video broadcast, of course, is powered by a New Way Auto Group down in Coon Rapids. So we thank Kyle and Tom and Mike and the whole group down there for all that they've done all these years with our video broadcast and everything. Still trying to get things figured out. Now the 2 officials are discussing things. And now Merriman having a conversation. Actually, that's Kaler, 14, having the conversation with the down official. Coach Bunton using this moment to get out and talk with her group as well, as Lauren Holzing had checked in. So it looks like now they've got hopefully everything figured out. And the serve coming up here for Cassidy Wink. It's going to go back right. That'll be played up into there by Pascarillo. Merriman over to the left side. The attack into the net again for Kinshaw. Again, left early, and she's jumping flat-footed, so she's not getting behind the ball and getting any energy into that. She's coming to a stop and then going straight up after standing there for about a half a count. Pascarillo's serve receives an overpass. Tigas gets it off to Bell. Middle set for Holzing, and Holzing's going to pick up her first kill. That'll put the Wildcats on top now by a score of 11-3. We're going to timeout called by Collins Maxwell. 11-3, Glidden-Ralston with the lead. We'll step away back in 30 seconds right here on 93.7 KKRL.
From puddings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
We do welcome you back here as we come to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. We're early here in this first set, and at Glidden-Ralston on top here by a score of 11-3. They've been pretty dominant so far. Collins Maxwell struggling right now to get the ball and get swings, and then when they do, they've struggled to swing. There's another backwards pass by Genovese, and unable to track it down that time was Pascarillo. So another point for Glidden-Ralston, and they'll lead it here by a score of 12-3. Serve on the way by Wink, played up by Kaler. Tracked down by Merriman. Back set to Pascarillo. That'll go across the net, but out of bounds. And the lead is 10 now. That'll be the largest lead of the game here so far for Glidden-Ralston. Wildcats in complete control here early on. Serve again by Wink, played backwards by Kaler, and that is going to be the second ace for Cassidy Wink. Talented sophomore, and I know they've got really high expectations for her. Her second ace here of the set. 14-3, Glidden-Ralston with the lead. Serve coming up here. It is on the way. Taking that time by Pascarillo. They'll get it over now to Kaler, and that one went sideways. Trying to track it down was Kinshaw. She got a piece of it, but she was diving towards the Glidden-Ralston fan section, that side of the court, and it went off of her and stayed out of bounds. It's 15-3, and there is going to be another near ace serve, but Kinshaw will get it tipped across. Bell over and out to Tigas, right side to Toms, cross court. Dug up into the air that time by Pascarillo, and the hit into the net on the third ball by Hyde goes into the bottom of the net, and the lead is at 16-3. Glidden-Ralston, Arweva football coming up for you here on 93.7 KKRL. Todd Danner going to help me with the broadcast coming up on Friday night. Overpass on the serve receive. Wink over to Bell. Left side now to Bach. Goes cross court. That's going to sail long. That'll make it to 16-4. So the serve coming up here and heading back to the service line is going to be Kinshaw for Collins Maxwell. Co-head coaches for them. Krista Bunt in year number 3 for Glidden-Ralston. Jansen on the serve receive. Tigas will set it up. Bell will free ball it across to sideways on the pass from Pascarillo. Bumped across by Kaler. Jansen bump set to right side to Toms. It dug up into the air that time by Pascarillo. Merriman with the set. Hit deep that time by Hyde. Dug by Jansen. Bell right side again to Toms. Cross court. Dug over by Kinshaw. Tipped up by Toms. And then free balled over by Tigas. Merriman over to Kaler. And now a free ball to almost into Joy Gross that time by Hyde. And the Wildcat lead here is 17-4. That was Probably one of the plays with the most action that we've had here so far tonight. Serve coming up again here for Summer Toms. It's on the way. Played sideways by Pasquarello, tracked down by Merriman. That gets up into the rafters and free balled over by Pasquarello. Toms to Bell, left side not a box. She'll go cross and drops one in. Briley Bach, the senior, picking up her second kill here tonight. And the lead is 18-4 now in favor of Glidden-Ralston. Again, they'll play the best of 5, so the first team to win 3. Summer Toms with the jump serve. Played up by Genovese. Over to Merriman. Left side to Kaler. That one's not going to get across the net. It's now 19-4. Just some back row issues right now. Tough with the serve receive, and that's such a huge part. If you can win serve and serve receive, you're going to be in pretty good shape. And there is an ace serve for the Wildcats. That extends the lead here to 20-4 as Summer Toms with an ace. Third ace of the night for the Wildcats. No, they're going to take that one away. They must have had, I didn't see what the call was, so I don't know. It came after the play, so either they had a rotation violation or somebody was in the net. But there is going to be another point for the Wildcats. They'll extend it now to 20-5 as they pick up a kill on that one. So the Wildcats in complete control here as Caitlin Malcolm will check back in. And now Coach Schumacher up having a conversation with Mr. Nelson, Bill Nelson, the down official. I think it's still about the rotation stuff that we had earlier. Again, they did get called for a rotation violation earlier. And then they had to have a timeout here to kind of figure things out. Joy Gross now talking with Peyton. I think it's Peyton Rath, I think is her married name. Again, Peyton Ball when she was here at Glidden. And now Addie Bell runs over to talk with Joy. Joy Gross, again, our up official here tonight. Some of these first match, issues, getting everybody in the right spot and lined up just right and everything else. So, great student section over here. Glidden-Ralston football team picked up a nice win on Friday night. Went over to Woodbine, 132-28. Again, the difference in the game really was the fact that they converted on all 4 of their 2-point conversions that night, and that was the difference. But talked to Coach Lynch a little bit tonight. We had him on the coaches show as well that night, but talked to him a little bit tonight. He was happy with the effort from the kids, but as always, a coach is going to say that there are things, which there always are, especially from game 1 to game 2, that they can work on. So they'll focus on that this week in practice. I think we're ready to go now. Pasquarello, Kinshaw, and Merriman in the back row, and now we've got Joy Gross coming down off of the ladder and talking with Nelson, and they're going over. Okay, they're still working on whatever the rotation thing is here, and the 2 officials now having a conversation with it, and Joy's going to go over and look at the sheet that they had filled out. So let's go ahead and step away, take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds as they try to figure out the issues here with rotation stuff. We're back in 30 seconds here on 93.7 at KKRL.
Oh, hell no, not again. Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Again on 93.7 KKRL. We've got Ms. Berger over here working hard. We're having some issues sometimes with our audio on the video stuff. We've got a port, I think, on our unit that is starting to go bad, and we're going to have to probably get that replaced. And she's monitoring really tough over here and making sure that the audio sounds as good as what we can get it to sound right now, and doing everything she can when we come back to make sure that we try not to have any issues. So we appreciate her helping out here tonight, and hopefully we'll get that kind of up and fixed. We think we know what the issue is and stuff, but when you're working with technology, it's not always an easy fix right away. So Coach Gross, or Joy Gross now, the up official, having a conversation with the Collins Maxwell coaching staff. Bill Nelson, the down official right now, going over things with the officials on the scorers table. And are we going to get another? I think Joy now explaining things to the Collins Maxwell girls out on the court. So we'll see, if everything is corrected now. They're having a little chuckle here. I saw Joy do the motion for out of system here a moment ago towards the scorer's table. I don't know if they're going to get called for another one. They haven't added a point, but if they put a point up on the board, we'll know that that's what the call was. But now there we go. Now they're getting everybody moved into position here. Well, and now they seem to have them. No, now they're moving them again. So even after all of this discussion, now they've got it. They're moving Merriman over to back left, and they moved Genovese up to left front. Okay, they had moved her originally over to right front. Now they moved her to left front. Riley Bach back to serve. That's going to be an overpass dug by Thompson. We've got a joust at the net, and a net violation going to go against Glidden-Ralston, and that'll make it 20-6. Brad Kaler, the AD, picking up the volleyball. Now the girls having a hard time figuring out where they need to rotate to. So Ava Hyde will serve it away for Collins Maxwell. And the serve on the way goes into the net. And the lead is now 21-6 in favor of Glidden-Ralston. Lauren Holzing will check out. Cassidy Wink will check in. Glidden back to their initial lineup. Their starting lineup as Tyler Jansen heads back to the service line. Serve on the way into the net, left that one short. Now I have a feeling we might see both teams struggle to get back into a rhythm. There wasn't a tremendous amount of rhythm with kind of all the free balls and shanked passes and stuff like that. There wasn't long rallies to kind of get everybody warmed up and ready to go. That serve went into the net, and now, Collins Maxwell was trying to get the ball back over to the other side, but now it is their turn to serve, and it is going to be Kaler heading back to serve. Serve on the way. Played by Jansen up to Bell. Now into the middle, Wink with the attack. Dug that time up nicely by Kinshaw over to the left side. And Genovese's attack goes into the net. And the lead is at 22-7. What I was mentioning here a moment ago is then you get that long delay and everybody kind of stands and you kind of get completely out of focus. And so wouldn't be surprised if it's a little sloppy here, maybe the last part of this first set. Sideways pass that time by Kinshaw, tracked down by Kaler, free balled deep and long by Merriman. Glidden-Ralston has a 23-7 lead here in this first set. So Addie Bell will head back to the service line. Bell serve on the way. That'll be played up into the air by Kinshaw, tracked down that time by Genovese, and then free balled over. Bell over to the right side to Toms, goes cross court, dug by Kaler. Merriman that time almost ran into Pascarillo as she was trying to get to the ball. Pascarillo kind of ducked out of the way at the last second, and that slowed up Merriman. So she wasn't able, she had to try and bump set one on a dead run. It ends up going towards the Glidden-Ralston crowd. Set point here for the Wildcats. Bell with the serve. Played up into the air that time by Reyes. Over to Kinshaw. Now Merriman will free ball it across. Malcolm gets it up to Bell. Left side to Tigas, and that'll be off of Kaler. And Glidden-Ralston will get the winning point there as they're going to take set number 1 here by a score of 25-7. We'll step away. We've got set number 2 coming up in 2 minutes right here on 93.7 KKRL.
Are you guys in a local business, like one of the new...
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
We rented and rented and rented on the hopes of buying it someday. Bill and I, not having any financial education at all.
Coming in the first time of talking with Amanda was, all right, well, what's the track? What do you do?
She taught us how to correctly do things financially and how to build our credit, how to purchase our home.
When you ask for advice and then you follow advice on it, you can really get where you want to go.
The Paco Credit Union truly helped me believe in myself again.
At New Way Ford in Coon Rapids and New Way Auto in Jefferson, we make your vehicle buying experience stress-free. Our sales team will help determine your vehicle needs with options and features that you desire. Our finance team will explain financing terms and options best for each customer. Our service team is always here for you, from our Oil Changes for Life program to our exclusive warranty forever. We work to keep your New Way vehicle going long after the sale. Stop by and let our family help yours get into the next car, truck, or SUV.
Athletes fuel, recover, and perform. I want to give a shout out to New Way Auto Group down in Coon Rapids, sponsoring Sports on the Go with me, giving me a vehicle to drive to all the sporting events I've been covering over the last 3 years. The feature vehicle of the day is a 2019 Ford Flex SEL. It's got just about 74,000 miles on it. It's silver in color. It's an all-wheel drive. It is an automatic. You can call 800-861-7268 for more details. Sports on the Go with me, Jeff Blankman, powered by New Way Auto Group in Coon Rapids, home of warranty forever, and your home for free oil changes for life. Got 1380kcim.com. Jansen on the serve, received to Toms, back over to Jansen. She'll free ball it short, played by Genovese, over to Kinshaw. Battle at the net, won by Holzing on the tip down, dug by Merriman, and now hit across by Kinsat, number 2. Serve received by Kaler. Genovese now, and now miscommunication and then a collision. Both Kinshaw and Pascarillo were going for it, then both stopped, and then at the last second, they both went for it again and ended up hitting it out of bounds. The good thing is even though they collided, they're both up. Holzing with the serve. It'll come back left, and that's going to be off of Merriman for an ace. So Lauren Holzing with the ace serve. And that is going to be her first of the night, fourth of the night unofficially here for Glidden-Ralston. They're up 3-0. Holzing again with the serve, played up by Reyes, played by Genovese into the middle. Free ball to cross that time by Pascarillo. Holzing to Bell into the middle to Wink. That'll be dug by Kaler, played by Kinshaw, back to Kaler. She'll free ball it across. Malcolm over to Bell, left side. It comes to Tigas, and Tigas with a wide open look. They did not have a block on her at all, and Ashlyn Tigas going to pick up her first kill here in set number 2, her fourth of the night. And the Wildcats, after winning the first set here 25-7, have jumped out 4-0 in set 2. Serve on the way, played by Kaler. Genovese back to Kaler, back row attack, going to drop in for an ace. Or drop in, I shouldn't say for an ace, but for a kill. That's going to make it 4-1. So Genovese will head back to serve now, the senior for Glidden-Ralston. Hawaiian Night is the theme for the Glidden-Ralston student section here. Genovese's serve goes into the net. And Glidden-Ralston has taken the 5-1 lead. You can tell Collins Maxwell, after having all those rotation issues in that first set and losing that first set, there's not much for smiles. They're looking kind of a little beat up here already here, as Kaler is going to have that one go sideways. Merriman will track it down. Genovese with the attack out of the back row. Dug by Bell. Jansen sets up. Toms off the right side, off the top of the net. That'll drop in. So Tyler Jansen will pick up the assist on that one. Toms gets her second kill. And the Wildcats have extended the lead here in set number 2 to 6-1. Bell with the serve, played by Reyes backwards. Kaler will track it down. Now Reyes will free ball it across. Jansen over to Bell into the middle to Wink, and that is going to be 4 touches. Nope, net violation going to go against Glidden-Ralston. That is going to make it now 6-2. Supposed to be a little sunnier and a little warmer tomorrow. Reyes will check out, and checking out is going to be Ava Hyde for Collins Maxwell. Serve on the way, off the top of the net that time, but out of bounds up by Pascarillo. So the Wildcats will score here, and they lead at 7-2. Caitlin Malcolm will check out. We see Elizabeth Lloyd for the first time here tonight. Lizzie coming off an outstanding softball season. And there is going to be an ace serve for the Wildcats. They've done a lot of this damage here tonight off of that serve, as Ashlyn Tigas picks up another ace serve. And that is number 1 for her here tonight. Nearly had another one, but we've got a joust to the net this time, won by Merriman. Collins Maxwell on the board. It's 8-3. Merriman looks like just a sophomore. Had some decent numbers as a freshman last year. Looks like she's got some ability. They're going to have to try to build some things around her. Serve on the way, played by Tigas, up to Bell, left side now. And there is going to be Elizabeth Lloyd picking up the kill. Lloyd with her first here tonight. 9-3 now, or 10-3 I should say. Glidden-Ralston with the lead. Serve coming up here for Wink. That'll be dug by Pascarillo, tipped over by Merriman. And now Lloyd from Bell will free ball it across, played up into the air by Pascarillo, over to Merriman, left side to Kaler. And Kaler, one of the things I've noticed, and that is that Collins Maxwell doesn't wait till the ball leaves the setter's hands. As soon as the passer in the back row, and they're not running quicks, but as soon as the ball leaves the passer's hands, they're attackers. As we get another ace serve for Glidden-Ralston, are already doing their approach. So they're trying to kind of attack by standing straight up and then jumping up, and they're not able to adjust when that set isn't right to where they're at. That ace for Cassidy Wink, her third. Pascarillo up to Merriman. Oh, that's going to be an overpass, and it's going to be a net violation on Lloyd on the tip down. A nice job of tipping that one off of Merriman, but it is going to go out of bounds, or be a net violation, I should say. So our score here is 11-4. Jansen on the serve, received to Bell, left side to Holsing. Nice adjustment that time by Holsing off the left. Dug by Kinshaw to Merriman, back to Kinshaw, played by Tigas, back right. Over now into the middle to Holsing, dug by Kinshaw. Good hustle that time by Pascarillo, diving on the floor but unable to come up with it. And the Wildcats have extended the lead here to 12-4. Summer Toms back to serve. Her jump serve on the way. Played that time by Genovese, and that is going to be down. Lauren Holsing jumped it to try and tip that one down, but didn't get a piece of the ball, and then the ball came down right on top of her. So she jumped to tip it down on the overpass. Her and Addie Bell getting a little bit of a smile on that one. She just missed the tip down, mistimed the hands when she went to hit it. And the ball came right down on her lap. Serve off the top of the net that time, dug by Jansen. Tigas over to Bell, tips to the donut, dug nicely by Kaler. Merriman over to Kinshaw. Kinshaw and Kaler that time almost collide. And the ball will drop in between them. It's 13-5, and we're going to get a timeout called by Collins Maxwell. 13-5 in favor of the Glidden-Ralston Wildcats here in set 2. They won set 1 25-9. We'll step away, take a break. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 93.7 at KKRL.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Motor Inn player of the game coming up in the post game here tonight. Motor Inn of Carroll, your premier Toyota, Chevy, and Buick dealership. We're in kind of a little bit. Had a short conversation with Lauren tonight when I got here. Serve going to be off of Kaler, kept alive by Merriman, and that's about 5. As Caitlin Malcolm on a nice little service run here in this second game. So Kinshaw going to check out, and checking in is going to be Jaden Lau. Haven't seen Lau since early in the first set. Kaler on the second ball, bumps up towards the net. Genovese will free ball it back or left corner. Jansen gets it over to Bell, over to the left side to Tigges. Overpass played by Holzing to Bell. Back over to Tigges, and that is going to be a kill for Ashlyn Tigges. Played up in the back row, but then up and into the net. And the lead is at 25-1. Or excuse me, 21-5. Excuse me, I got those last numbers turned around. That serve is just a tad bit long, and Jenkins' serve receive comes to an end. 21-6 now our score. And Kinshaw going to check right back into the ball game, and she'll check right back in for Lau. Kaler will head back to serve. Great crowd on hand here tonight, especially for Glidden-Ralston. Collins has got a nice crowd for as far as they have to travel. Been over to the Collins-Maxwell area many a times. In fact, they used to work for a farmer who lived down in that area. Kaler's serve is going to be long. Spent about 10 years farming down in that area. It's amazing to me how surprised people are when they find out. I grew up around a farm. I wasn't on the farm, but my mom's side of the family all farms, and then got into the farming world for a while myself. Serve into the net that time by the Wildcats. It's 23-7. Did hogs, cattle, and row crops as well. Genovese will head back to serve, but serve on the way. We'll go back left. Toms lets it go. It's going to drop in for an ace. That'll make it now 22-8. So Collins Maxwell on a little bit of a run here. They have scored 3 of the last 4 points as Genovese will head back again to the service line. Serve on the way, played sideways, and that is going to be an ace serve off of Malcolm. 22 now to 9 in favor of the Wildcats. Genovese on a nice little service run, one of the setters in this 6-2 offense that the Spartans are running this season. Serve on the way, that'll be played up by Malcolm, tipped over by Bell, dug up into the air that time by Pascarillo, and then hit over by Kinshaw on a second ball. Tigges into the middle, and that time, what are we going to get? Officials looking at each other. I think we're going to get a net violation. Going to go against Collins Maxwell. I thought that was going to be the call, but both officials kind of looking at each other, shaking their heads, so I had to wait to see what they were going to call. 23-9 now, as Addie Bell will head back to the service line for the Wildcats. Serve on the way. Played up by Kaler, overpass, tipped down by Wink. And Cassidy Wink gets her first kill. It's now 24-9, set point here in set number 2. Wildcats won the first one 25-7, looking to take the second one 25-9. Student section with the clap. Bell serve is just a long. Collins Maxwell into double digits here at 24-10. And they are going to send the freshman, Ava Pascarillo, back to the service line. Reyes will check out. Checking back in is going to be Ava Hyde. So Pascarillo with the serve, and that is going to sail long, and that's going to do it. Wildcats will take set number 2 here by a final of 25-10. We're back with set number 3 in 2 minutes right here on 93.7 at KKRL.
Classes as a freshman here, it gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here. And there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
This is Iowa, and Avelo Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avelo Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avelo Bank, member FDIC.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
We welcome you back here on 93.7 KKRL. I can't hear anything with the headsets on. I just got a text from Taylor Woosley that says the student section is trying to get my attention, but with these noise-canceling headphones on, I can't hear anything of what they're trying to do. So now I'm looking over there. There we go. There we go. Now they're all excited. We head here to set number 3. Always like to have a little fun with the student sections when we come out to the games. Serve receive. It'll be tipped across by Pascarillo. Ball now from Malcolm over to the left side to Tigas. And that's going to be popped up into the air, but it'll drop in for a point for the Wildcats. They'll take a 1-0 lead here in set number 3. Wildcats rolling through the first 2 sets here tonight to 25-7 and 25-10. Kaler on the serve receive, and that's going to be up and under the net. So the Wildcats will take a 2-0 lead. Ashlyn Tigas was right there to put it away if it would have went across the net. There's going to be an ace serve for the Wildcats. That lead is extended now to 3-0. Tyler Jansen with the ace. I thanked Tyler earlier tonight. I'm always looking for people to tweet at me on Football Friday nights, and couldn't find anybody for Glidden, so Tyler Jansen created a Twitter page so that she could tag me on tweets for scores at the end of each quarter for the football games for Glidden this year. So I appreciated that. Cassidy just picked up her second kill. The lead is now 4-0 here in favor of Glidden-Ralston. Jansen again heads back to the service line, played by Reyes. Kinshaw now bumps it across on the free ball. Toms over to Bell, left side, Tigas, and Tigas, I've got her unofficially now with 6 kills here tonight. And the lead is 5-0 here in set number 3. Jansen again back at the service line. Serve on the way, played by Kaler. That'll be an overpass to Toms. Bell comes left side again, and Tigas again able to drop that one in. Not going to call it by a number because not everybody runs the same number, but Tigas is playing the outside, that left side, for anybody that's not a real diehard volleyball person, but they're not setting her all the way to the outside. They're kind of bringing her about halfway into the middle because they're trying to double block and they haven't been able to adjust. So instead of setting all the way out to the pin or to the antenna out there, they've been using her in that kind of almost not in the middle, but that area. So for anybody that doesn't know volleyball, you can probably kind of picture that. There's going to be another ace serve, and the lead is now 7-0. Jansen with 2 aces here in this set. Every team kind of has a different number system for that. Another point for Glidden-Ralston off of the serve, and they're now on top here by a score of 8-0. Starting to see a few smiles for Collins Maxwell. I think now that they've got the rotation things kind of under control, that the frustration has gone from them a little bit. There is going to be another ace serve for Jansen, and that one going to be out of bounds off of Lau. And a quick 9-0 lead here for Glidden-Ralston in this third set. Looking to put this one away early. Coach Bunt, there's another ace serve as that one drops in front of Lau. And the lead is now 10-0. Kinshaw going to check in for Lau. Jansen, 4 aces in this set, in this first service run here to start off this third game. Another serve played by Kinshaw. Up to Merriman. Over to Genovese off the right side, played by Jansen to Bell. Left side again to Tigas, and that one is just going to be long. And the Spartans on the board here, down by a score of 10-1. And Kaler will head back to the service line for the Spartans. Toms, Malcolm, Jansen from left to right in the back row. Malcolm out of the middle up to Bell. Left side at Tigas, and that'll be off of Kaler. And Tigas unofficially with 8 kills here tonight. I've got Bell unofficially with 16 assists. And the lead right now is 11-1 as Addie Bell heads back to the service line. Colby Wallace having a little fun over here. They're giving Brad Kaler, the AD, and one of the assistant football coaches a hard time. Addie Bell picks up the ace serve. And the lead is now 12-1 in favor of Glidden-Ralston. We're going to have a timeout called by Collins Maxwell. We're midway through this third set. Wildcats up 2-0. They lead 12-1 in this set. We're back in 30 seconds here on 93.7 KKRL.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Coming to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes feel. Casey Miner's going to work on a recap story of that cross-country meet down at Woodward Granger today at Jester Park with Coon Rapids Bayard boys running down there. I'll work on the volleyball stuff. 2 touches from Tyler Jansen on the set there. And that'll put Collins Maxwell on the board now at 12-2. We'll get those up on the Brinks Exterior Sports Report at sports.1380kcim.com coming up yet tonight. Again, I'll have both the Kempers volleyball and this one to type up tonight. Malcolm on the serve, received to Toms. Now free balled over by Tigas. Genovese out of the back right over to Merriman. And that time, not a great set. That's the first missed set I think I've seen from her tonight. Bell over to the left side to Tigas. That'll be dug by Kaler, kept alive by Merriman. Into the middle now to Kinshaw. Played up that time by Malcolm to Bell. Right side Toms off the top of the net. And that one's going to drop in for Summer Toms. That is going to be her third. Bell unofficially now with 17 assists on the night. And the lead is 13-2. Briley Bach now checking onto the floor. She'll check in for Malcolm. Ashlyn Tigas heads back to the service line for the Wildcats. Serve on the way, played by Kaler in the back middle. Oh, free ball and an overpass, I should say, over to Tigas. Toms will tip it across, and Toms picks up another kill. Summer now's got 4 here, and the lead is at 14-2. Tigas again will serve it away. Wildcats look like they're going to open the season 1-0. Tigas a serve into the net, and that'll make it now 14-3. Pascarillo heads back to serve. Reyes will check out, and Ava Hyde going to check back in for Collins Maxwell. They've only got 8 players here tonight, so short bench for them tonight. Bach out of the right front with the serve receive. Kaler on the dig from Toms. Now free balled over by Hyde, dug by Jansen to Bell into the middle to Wink. That'll be blocked, played up by Tigas, and then the Wildcats not able to dig it out of the net. And it's a 14-4 as the Spartans pick up another one. So heading back is the freshman Ava Pascarillo. She'll head back to serve. Serve on the way. Nice serve played by Jansen back left. Bell goes right side again to Toms. That one into the net. And it's now 14-5. So Pascarillo getting the Spartans on a little bit of a run here. And they were down 10-0 to start this one. Jansen over to Bell. Very nice play that time by Jansen. Tigas out of the back row, and that is, going to be kept alive. And Merriman will free ball it across. Tigas over to Bell, dumped to the donut. Dug that time by Genovese, and then she free balls it over. It'll be tipped down by Wink, and then it goes off of Pascarillo in the back row. So Wink going to pick up the kill on the overpass, and it's 15-5. Tyler Jansen heads back to the service line. Jansen will serve it away. The serve. That's going to be an ace serve. It got off of Genovese. The ace serve by Tigas will make it 16-5. Jansen did not have an ace through the first 2 sets. She now has 5. All coming here in this 3rd set. And now we've got a buzz of the horn, and are we having an issue here with Glidden-Ralston with the sub? They're over talking. Coach Bunt gets up and walks over to the bench. And I think we're okay the way it looks. Kinshaw back here at the service line now for the Spartans. She'll get sent to serve it away. And there is the serve, played by Jansen sideways, tracked down by Toms, and now Bell will free ball it across. Genovese gets it over to Merriman, and that's going to go over the net and out of bounds. So the Wildcats extend the lead here to 17 now to 6. And we did have a rotation violation called against Glidden here a moment ago. They did put up an extra point to make it 17-6. Toms with a deep serve, and that's going to make it now 17-7. That ball came up here on the stage, but luckily it bounced far enough back that Kinshaw could go get it. Merriman now heads to the service line for the Spartans. Her serve on the way, played by Jansen back middle over to Toms, and now Holzing goes deep. We're going to get a net violation, though. Going to go against Collins Maxwell. So it's an 18-7 lead for Glidden-Ralston. Now they put 17-7 up on the board. And now we're going to get a sub as Malcolm checks in for Bach, and Malcolm will head back to the service line. Serve, played over by Kinshaw, kept alive by Malcolm, and then nobody could get to the second ball. So it drops in on the Wildcat side, and that's going to make it 17-8. There hasn't been many rallies tonight to get into a rhythm for either one of these teams. A lot of times it's either a shank pass, or you get the set and then the pass and then the set and then the kill. There hasn't been a lot of back and forth here tonight in this one. Bell with it into the middle, and Holzing drops it on the line. So Lauren Holzing picks up her 5th kill unofficially. Bell right now 19 assists unofficially. And the lead is 18 at 2-8. So no, now they just took the board point off, so we must have had. Okay, so they're going to give the point instead. I think overruled by the up official. So Holzing will lose that kill. She's down to 4. And now we'll get a point on the kill for Glidden-Ralston, and they'll lead it here by a score of 18-9. Reyes going to check in for Hyde. Tyler Jansen will head back to the service line. Serve on the way, played by Reyes over to Merriman. Over to Genovese off the right side. Free ball across, played by Jansen to Bell. Off now into the middle to Wenck, and that one into the net. So Collins Maxwell can take something out of this third set. They fell down at 10-0. They've outscored Glidden-Ralston 10-8 since then. So it's an 18-10 ball game. So they're probably not going to rally back and win this one, but since they were down 10-0, they have outscored Glidden-Ralston. Bell over to Tigas. That actually goes across the net from Bell and out of bounds. So the Wildcats kind of lost their focus here after getting up 10-0, and not that they probably won't put this third set away. I think they'll win it, but they're going to have to. It's one of those things when you got a team down, you hate to put it this way, but you got to kind of, stay on it and put things away. You don't want to let them get back into it. Tigas going to pick up another kill. And it's really hard. I mean, professional athletes sometimes lose the focus, so you got to expect high school kids are going to do it sometimes too, and I think that's what happened here. As Glidden-Ralston got up 10-0 and kind of went into a cruise control mode a little bit. Genovese sends up Kaler. That's going to be hit deep, played up by Malcolm back left. Tigas will bump set it to Bell. She'll free ball it towards the right corner, played by Kaler to Merriman. Left side now to Kinshaw. That'll be deep, played by Jansen, but off of Jansen and out of bounds. And it's now 19-12. So Glidden, and the hard thing to do is once you've lost that focus, the hard thing to do really is to kind of get that focus. So they're going to need to get a couple of plays here as Coach Bunt talking to Lauren Holzing over on the bench. Genovese will serve it. That's going to be off the top of the net. Pancake that time by Toms, but Tigas' second ball goes backwards as she had to dive for it. And all of a sudden, folks, things getting interesting in this third set. Coach Bunt may need a timeout here. 19-13 as Genovese again will head back to serve. They need to break the momentum here and get the focus back for this Wildcat team. Serve on the way, played by Jansen. That'll be up to Bell into the middle, and there is going to be a kill for Wenck. So maybe that one will be the one to get them going again. 20 now at 2:13. Elizabeth Lloyd checking into the lineup now for Caitlin Malcolm. Ashlyn Tigas will head back to the service line. Serve on the way, played by Kaler, now off to Merriman, and Merriman tried to tip it. Nice decision to try and go up with the left hand as a setter. When you're in that right side, that keeps your arm out of the net and everything, but just didn't get enough on it and tipped it into the net, and it's 21-13. Serve again by Tigas, played up backwards by Kaler, kept the line by Genovese. Kaler will try to free ball it across, but it's going to get into the rafters. So it'll be a point for the Wildcats, and Tigas again heads back to the service line. Ashlyn, I think, hoping to kind of serve this one out if she can. Kaler on the serve receive. That's going to be up into the net. And that'll be another point for Glidden-Ralston. They'll lead it here 23-13. Timeout going to be called by Collins Maxwell. Let's step away with them back in 30 seconds here on 93.7 KKRL.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
Mackey Motors post-game show coming up for you. Thanks to Megan Berger again for doing our filming here tonight. As you've been able to watch and listen to this one on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. Net violation on an overpass going to go against the Wildcats. Spartans with a point down here 23-14. Wildcats 2 points away from picking up a 3-0 sweep here tonight. Pascarillo heads back to the service line. Played nicely by Tigas up to Bell. Bump set to Lloyd left side. They're trying to decide it's going to be Wink heading back to the service line. Holzing will check in for Jansen. And now we've got a call, 5-second call going to go. She had blew the whistle, so the point goes nope. They're going to, yeah. So you get 5 seconds to serve after she blew the whistle. Well, they didn't start walking back. So Glidden, I don't know if they quite understand that. But that's a point for Collins Maxwell. So she blew the serve whistle. Glidden-Ralston was still in a huddle on the court. And then now they've got, now we've got Jansen was coming back in. And I think we're going to get, there's the yellow card going to go against Glidden-Ralston. The sub did not get out there very quickly. Kind of blown the whistle for the serve to happen, and then they made the substitution after that. So they're going to bring Wink back out onto the floor. And Kinsaw is going to head back to the service line. It'll be played up by Lloyd sets up Toms. That'll be played up by Pascarillo to Merriman. Her ball into the net, and that will do it. So Glidden-Ralston will get the sweep. The third game turned out to be a little ugly for them. But they do pick up the 25-7, 25-10, and at 25-15. We'll step away, take a break. Back with our Mackey Motors post-game show. That is coming up for you in 3 minutes here on 93.7 KKRL.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Mackey Motors post-game show. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Jeff Blankenman joined here in just a moment by head coach Krista Bunt with the Glidden-Ralston Wildcats as they pick up the victory here tonight. Again, 3-0, 25-7, 25-10, and 25-15. Coach got to be happy with a lot of the things here, but I always know coaches, you always find some things that you're not happy. And my guess is you get up 10-0 in that second set and then play them even the rest of the way. So that's probably in that third set. So that's probably one thing you'll point out is you get them down, you finish it, and you don't let them kind of back up.
Yep, absolutely. We definitely were talking to the girls when it is a match that seems to be a little bit more maybe unevenly matched, that sometimes it's hard to just keep that energy.
Yep.
And keep that, just keep that momentum going when you feel like that there's not a lot of consistent returns.
Yep. Yeah, your serve tonight, their serve receive really struggled. Your serve was good. Their serve receive though struggled. And so what do you take away from this? Because as you said, there wasn't a lot of balls coming back over to you guys, especially not a lot of hard balls. Almost everything was a free ball that came over tonight, so you didn't really get to see kind of how the back row was going to dig and all those kind of things. So what do you take away from this?
Yeah, I would say it is. We actually started in a little bit different rotation than what I normally do, putting the sophomore middle up front so that she could get a little bit more game time, just because I kind of knew that it was going to be maybe not as strong of a match. So it's really that, just trying to get maybe some of those girls into the rotations and just get them comfortable with the first game. Briley and Elizabeth Lloyd, just again getting them kind of in that rotation, getting them comfortable so that we can be ready for the next one.
Feel like you attacked them okay off of the free balls you guys were getting? Did you like the way you worked that tonight, or I'm sure you want to see improvement?
Yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen a little better rhythm with them between our setter and our middles, but again, it's just difficult to do sometimes when you're not when there just isn't that flow of the game. So that, there's definitely room for improvement there. You always kind of expect to be a little bit slow out of the gate that first game, just getting, a new combination of players together and communication. So definitely something that we can continue to, to push in practice.
As you mentioned, players in different positions this year. One of those, Ashlyn Tigas, hadn't really seen her in the front.
Yeah.
She'd been a back row girl the first couple of years. I had her tonight leading you with 9 kills and stuff. What did you see from her out there on the outside?
So Ashlyn played off and on right side for us, and we've switched her and Summer around. One of the things about Ashlyn is that she just keeps the ball in play, which a lot of times that's just we don't always have to get a kill that first time, but you got to have people that can keep that ball in play, and she does excellent at that. And then really there just wasn't a good front row block against her. So yeah, absolutely. Then you want to just take advantage of an open net.
I don't know what the numbering system that you guys use, but you guys were setting her out to the pin early, and then it looked like in that second and third set you started to slide her, letting her kind of hit and that in-between spot between the outside and the middle. Everybody seems to call it a different number, but was that something you guys wanted to work on with her?
Yeah, that's something I feel like that they have, that Addie's been kind of working on. Really, I'm not a micromanaging coach, and so I let this, like, Addie just calls what she wants to call. The girls kind of take care of that. Obviously, if something isn't working, I'll give feedback, or if I see something in particular. But in this case, where I feel like it didn't matter where we would have set it on that outer pin, we just weren't going to get a block anyway. So absolutely, I said, try some different things. Like don't let yourselves get unfocused because it isn't a lot of back and forth. There's not a lot of digging. Call some plays, do some different things.
off as far as varsity bounce schedule until I think next Tuesday. You host Madrid and Audubon, I think, next Tuesday here. So what do you work on this week to get ready for that?
Yeah, so that will be that should be a different go around. So for us, I think again continuing to work on defense. I was just saying to the other coaches. Pushing in practice. A lot of times it's nice to have the game. If the game is challenging, then that kind of spurs the motivation for practice.
Right.
Now I'm gonna maybe have to construct that a little more myself. So yeah, we need to have some intensity in practice this week. Because we will have to hit the ground running next Tuesday.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Appreciate you coming up to talk to us.
You bet.
And I'm sure you always seem to get stats to us, so I appreciate seeing those a little bit later on tonight.
Sounds good.
You bet. Head coach
Thanks,
Krista
Jeff.
Bunt coming with us here. We've got Addie Bell standing over here. She's going to jump in here, and she'll join us for the post-game as well. You're listening to the Mackey Motors post-game show. Mackey Motors, again, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City or check them out at MackeyMotors.com. Addie, appreciate you coming up tonight. You get the 3-0 win. I'm sure that you girls felt coming in after the way you kind of beat them last year that this was definitely a winnable match. So, but it looked like you came up pretty focused, needing to do the things and doing the things you needed to early on.
Yes.
What did you see from your team early on?
I think our serve receive really needs to improve, though, so we can get those middles running more.
Yep.
And I think Ashlyn and even Briley at the beginning was like really hyped up, and she was ready to play.
You have a lot of new hitters in different places this year, so how are you coming along kind of getting into that rhythm and that comfort level with all of them? Because you were setting a lot of different players here tonight.
I think we need to practice more and like get together and focus and just keep working on those different plays.
Okay. Where were you most comfortable here tonight with what kind of sets?
Definitely setting that 4 to Ashlyn and even that 3. And then we were working on the middle, setting that 1.
Okay. Serve, I thought for you guys really kind of control it. Their serve receive struggled here tonight. What did you see from when you were back serving? What were you trying to attack? And what, as a team, what were you guys trying to attack?
They were playing really deep, so we kept going short with that ball, and they were just...
Never adjusted and slid up, did they?
No. And then sometimes they would push up, and then we'd just push them deep, and then we'd get them.
Defensively, didn't get many chances to block at the net. So what do you do in practice to start trying to get ready for next week with that?
I think our JV players help with that a lot because we have some good attackers on there. So I think just adjusting off of that.
Different team coming off a great season last year, conference champions. You got that chance, I think, to be pretty special this year. What's the goal for this team?
I think we want to be in the top 3 at least in the conference. Keep going in the playoffs and stuff.
Well, I tell you what, great job out here tonight. Appreciate you joining us here, and best of luck coming up next week. Addie Bell joining us again here in the postgame. The Wildcats winning in here tonight, 25-7 at 25-10 and at 25-15. Time to announce our Motor Inn player of the game here tonight, and we are going to go with Ashlyn Tigas, the junior, getting her first start on the outside. Picks up 9 kills unofficially and a couple of aces here tonight. Glidden-Ralston winning it again here tonight, 25-7, 25-10, and 25-15. For Megan Berger, my videographer over here tonight, running our video broadcast for Casey Miners back in the studio. This is Jeff Blankman saying thank you for listening to volleyball coverage here tonight on 93.7 KKRL.